Shall horses run upon the rock? Will one plow there with oxen? For ye have turned judgment into gall, and the fruit of righteousness into hemlock. Ye which rejoice in a thing of naught, which say, Have we not taken to us horns by our own strength? But behold, I will raise up against you a nation, O house of Israel, saith the Lord, the God of hosts, and they shall afflict you from the entering in of Hemath unto the river of the wilderness. Amos 6, verse 12 to 14. You stand today before a rock that will not yield, the world you vainly seek to plow with your own oxen of intellect and will. That is the strange thing Amos reproves. You have sought to work this world by its own dead forms, and so judgment in you has turned to gall, the sweet fruit of righteousness to hemlock. You have boasted of your horns, your strength, as though power were won by effort. But there is a deeper nation hidden in you, a force far mightier than any chariot or steed. Behold, this nation the Lord will raise against you is nothing other than the Christ within your own consciousness. It stirs from Hemath, the high place of your imagining, and flows down to the desert places of your heart, exposing every false self you have cherished. It afflicts you not to destroy but to awaken. It compels you to use that inner faculty you have denied, the living light of God. When God is light and in him no darkness dwells, you cannot walk upon unreceptive rock with blind oxen of reason. You must surrender to the light within, allowing imagination to plow the unyielding soil of your circumstances. Only then does the true fruit of righteousness spring up, sweet and nourishing, instead of bitter hemlock. So receive this inner nation as your liberator. Let its pressure dissolve every false conception, every prideful boast. Yield to this spiritual affliction, and you shall emerge triumphant, wielding the horns of the Spirit. For you are that light of the world, charged to bring forth a harvest of life. In that one who plows with the divine ox, the rock gives way, and the dream you have imagined becomes the living reality you walk upon. Amos 6:12 to 14 paints a portrait of a consciousness that's grown cold, proud, and bitter. Horses upon the rock and plow with oxen are images of futile effort trying to cultivate real growth on a hard, unyielding inner attitude. This speaks to a mind turned to gall, bitterness, and hemlock, poison, instead of the sweet fruit of compassion and integrity. The people rejoice in a thing of naught, celebrating their own hollow achievements, and lean on self-made horns of false strength, rather than the living power within. Every thought and feeling you entertain calls forth its matching reality. When judgment hardens into bitterness, your imagination actually sows poison seeds into your life stream. Conversely, a soft, receptive state symbolized by fertile soil allows the true seeds of creativity to germinate. The prophetic warning that a nation will afflict you is simply the external reflection of your own misfocused inner acts. What you imagine in bitterness returns as suffering. Hidden here is the revelation that you alone shape your world. The horns you claim by your own strength are nothing but symbols of your creative imagination. You are the source of both poison and harvest. When you awaken to the fact that you are the unseen nation you fear, you reclaim your power to dissolve the gall and plant righteousness. In other words, you possess the divine power to revise your inner state and thereby transform all outer conditions. Begin by gently noticing the firm stone you carry within, any attitude that has hardened into bitterness or pride. As night unfolds, picture that rock dissolving into rich, fertile soil, softening with each breath until it gives way completely. In that welcoming earth, plant a fresh seed of intention, perhaps compassion, generosity, or integrity, and watch in vivid imagination as it sprouts, blooms, and eventually bears life-giving fruit. Whenever you sense yourself celebrating emptiness or rejoicing in what amounts to nothing, pause and ask which inner seed you are feeding. Then lovingly choose the uplifting image you have planted, allowing its promise to guide your thoughts and actions. In this practice, claim your horns, your divine imaginative power, yet now aligned with love. Speak quietly but firmly. By my divine imagination I call forth only what blesses all, and feel the creative force of those words resonate through your being. In this way, your consciousness shifts from rock-hard judgment to open receptivity, transforming Amos's warning into a sacred invitation. You discover that through this inner alchemy, you can manifest a life rich in righteousness rather than dwelling in poison.